My name is Stephen Eady. This is a family run and operated farm along with my brother Brian Eady. Welcome everyone to Greenwood Poultry Farm. When you look down there, you'll see our farm. It's a combination chicken broiler and turkey broiler. And we'll go down and have a quick look at our barn. And welcome back to Greenwood Poultry Farm. As I indicated before, I was up looking down at the farm. Now we're about to enter our turkey facility right now. Which we're about to look at will be day-old poults, which are baby turkeys. We just received those yesterday. But normally, we are not allowed visitors on this farm, basically because of biosecurity issues. And what that means is any kind of disease that somebody could bring in that could affect our birds. So the protocol that we do on our farm is once we come in the door, we normally get into a separate pair of footwear, put coveralls, and then we go into the birds. So as of today, we're going to use booties. So welcome, come in. Just want to make a brief introduction. This is my brother Brian. Both of us, a combination of both of us, we run this farm. So what you're looking at now, these are baby turkeys, which are not called chicks, they're actually called poults. And these actually were delivered yesterday. They came down from Strathroy, Ontario, which is about a half hour west of London, Ontario. So if anybody's interested, we always get the question, what do we feed? What do we feed our birds? So basically this is the ration here. It's a combination of corn, soybean, minerals, and amino acids. Another unique thing that's involved with this ration, Brian, maybe you want to answer. It's RWA. It's a ration that has no antibiotics in it. So Brian, if you want to like to explain anything about that?
Yeah, well, as of last year in Nova Scotia, the birds that are shipped to Eden Valley Poultry, they're all antibiotic free. RWA raised without antibiotics. And they're marketed under the Butterball label, like Zeldor Foods and Butterball. And on this farm, on the turkeys, we had no antibiotics over the last, I think, 16 months or so, and it's been working great.
And the size of bird that we raise here, it's up to about a 6 kg bird. So when you go to the stores, you look for a Butterball bird, and there's actually a tag you look for, say, grown in Atlantic Canada. And it's a certain size bird, so that you would almost be guaranteed that's a Nova Scotia turkey. So a combination of that, the feed and the water, what we actually do in the water too, we lower the pH down. We add a little bit of acid to the water, which lowers the pH down to about 5 to 5.5. And the reason for that is it gives a healthy environment in the bird's gut. So that's kind of another way that we are able to maintain using no antibiotics.
Okay, so we're in the barn now. How many poults are in this barn?
Well, this particular floor here, there's 3,500 poults. And on the flock that we received yesterday, we had 14,000 placed.
Wow.
In the top floor and the other barns
And
yesterday.
how long will they be here for until they're ready for market?
10 weeks.
Okay.
And they'll be beneath between 5.5 and 6 kilograms.
And I see some waters hanging. There's two different styles. Do you want to take us through?
Okay, this is what's called a bell water. It's a different design. It's still the same thing to get their water, just more access to water. Now these things, basically it's the same thing, same amount of water comes through that, but it's a trigger. They go over there and drink it, a little float in there, and they get their water. This basically is the this one here is the primary water. As the birds get older, these are on winches, and we raise it up. What you see over there is the feeders, around this thing. That's where the feed comes in there, and as the birds get older, we keep raising it up to the bird height. At the end of each one of those, there's a trigger switch. So basically, as they eat the feed down, the trigger kicks on to bring feed in. So everything is automatic. Birds actually control everything in here. We just have to make sure that there's feed kept outside of the big feed pens. So it's simple, but yet it's complicated. You know, everybody thinks that you just throw some birds in here and raise them up there. There's a lot of intricacies to this. Right here, it's the heater system, which is a propane radiant tube heater. Right now, it's, Ron, you indicate it's 95 degrees in there? 95.
It's warm in here.
Very warm in here. You can tell it's very warm. As the birds grow, we lower the temperature down because the birds are giving off a lot of heat. They have feathers. Right now, we're heating, basically, if you want to imagine, the bottom 6 inches of the floor here. That's where the heat has to be, not up here. So it's a complicated thing, but we come through the barn 6, 8, 10 times a day, make sure everything is working, make sure we don't have water floods, look at the health of the birds. So it's not as simple as what people think. We just throw the birds in and grow and just let them grow. You see how content they are sleeping there. I just want to explain what this banner is, Think Turkey. What this is a national marketing campaign that Turkey Farmers Nova Scotia, along with Turkey Farmers of Canada and all the other provincial boards, we've been doing this for about 2 years now, and it's a marketing campaign to make people aware of turkey, of what they can do with turkey, where they can buy turkey, basically get turkey on their mind. So it's a national campaign, and I encourage people to go online and look and investigate. Thank you.
So Steve, you mentioned Turkey Farmers of Nova Scotia. What is that group?
Turkey Farmers of Nova Scotia, that's a marketing board association. Involves about 20 turkey producers here in Nova Scotia. That's how many we have in Nova Scotia. It's an organization that is member owned. We do a check-off levy every year. And with this Think Turkey, we're actually checking off another 1.25 cents per kg of everything we market here in Nova Scotia, along with the processor, which they put in 1.25 cents also per kg. So it's a national program. But anyhow, Turkey Farmers in Nova Scotia, it's a small organization that really is trying to do what we can to market turkey and to regulate a lot of what's grown here in Nova Scotia, because it's supply management. Basically what supply management is to grow what is required by the consumers. But that's not done provincially, that's almost done nationally through Turkey Farmers of Canada. Welcome back to the chicken farm. We started this barn in 1995, and what you're looking in there is 4-week-old chickens.
Right, so now that we're in the chicken barn, how long are these birds raised?
Well, these birds that you're looking at now, they're 28 days old. They'll be in there for another 7 days, 35 days. And usually I'm on a 2-month cycle. Raise them for 5 weeks, and then I got a downtime of roughly 3 weeks, which includes cleaning, washing, and repairing any equipment.
Okay. And then what happens after, as the birds get processed? Where do they go from here?
Well, they're processed they go to Eden Valley Poultry, which is in Berwick, Nova Scotia. That's where all our chicken and turkey goes. And so they go all in, and they usually start catching around 9 p.m. at night and done around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So right after that, my brother and myself, we come in and we start cleaning the barn, pushing all the manure out, and get ready for the next batch. As we're doing that, a local dairy farmer comes and he cleans up all the manure, so nothing is kept on site here. And then the next few days, I start washing the barn. It usually takes about 2 days to wash this barn. And this particular barn is 300 feet long, 2 stories. So it takes a while to get it prepped and ready for the next batch. So after washing, we put in our wood chips, shavings. We put that in, get ready for a new batch. So saying all that within the 2 month time frame, it doesn't take that long. Time goes by very fast.
So what are you feeding them and how much?
Well, what we feed these chickens is a combination of corn, soybean, minerals, vitamins, amino acids. And at this stage, 4 weeks old, they're eating close to 5 to 6 tons a day. In equivalent, that would be like 200 to 250 bags of feed a day. Relative to water, they're drinking about 2,500 gallon a day of water. And 2,500 gallon a day of water. I was going to show you how they do it, but you would see in the video, they get them by little droplets. There's water lines down the barn, and they trigger this little stainless steel tip, and they get just drops of water. So that's a lot of drops when you figure that out. And with our water system here, we actually have a UV ultraviolet light, put this through the water. And we also acidify the water too. And what that does is lower the pH down for the bird, which gives a healthy gut environment. So the good bacteria, let's just say that. So we provide everything that we need to these birds, good food and good water. We have good water here in Antigonish County.